What's going on, guys? I want to talk to you about the difference between a gravity-fed hopper and an electronic hopper. There's two different types of electronic hoppers. There's agitated and force-fed. I'm going to get into that later, but for now, I just want to start off by saying if you don't have an electronic marker, you don't need a electronic hopper. Honestly, you're wasting your money on the actual hopper itself, and then batteries and maintenance and a bunch of other bullshit when you can just get yourself one of these little plastic sons of bitches for like $5 used. Or you can spend $15 and get a Proto Primo, which is the best or nicest gravity-fed hopper. It's got a little tray in there that relieves pressure on the ball stack, so it feeds easier and the balls don't scrunch up and fail to feed, as we might see when I do the feeding test of the gravity-fed hopper here. So anyway, these are super cheap. You can get them for like $5, whatever. And if you have a mechanical marker, there's no need for you to, even if you're fast on the trigger, you're not going to be getting more than 4 or 5 balls a second. There's no need for you to get a gravity-fed hopper unless that's your prerogative and it's personal preference. You want one because you know you're going to upgrade to an electronic marker down the road and you're already going to have that hopper. So this is a Gen X Global. This came with one of my, I think it was my tippman Griffin or something. So no speed feed on it, just a little, weather lid, just pop her up, spring loaded. And we're going to go ahead and drop some balls into her. And you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. They're not very fast, and it's just nothing special, It's just literally dropping balls in through the stem here, down the feed neck, into the breech. As you can see, it's already not feeding correctly. Gotta wiggle it a little bit. There we go, magic. I actually dropped a couple balls, fantastic. My dogs will probably eat those or something. Anywho, there's two different kinds of electronic hoppers. You've got agitated hoppers like this puppy here, as well as the Spire. This is a Halo 2. Most electronic hoppers out there are agitated, and they're not quite as fast as the force-fed. However, force-feds have their own set of problems. They break balls more often because sometimes they're trying to slam them down into there, and it's just unnecessary. Spire's, in my opinion, one of the best loaders on the market, and it's agitated, and it feeds plenty fast. Tournaments don't even allow more than 12 balls a second, so these motherfuckers getting hoppers that can feed 30 balls a second. Why is my question. When are you ever going to use that besides, fucking dick length bragging rights, being like, oh, I can shoot 30 balls a second. You're not ever going to be able to use that. Most recreational parks, if they hear a gun firing that fast, they're going to pull you aside and make, can you tune that down, please? If we've got rentals out here and you're just fucking destroying people. And not really destroying people because you'd get wrecked too, but anyway. So this is a speed feed on it. I paid full retail for this, $75 for the Halo 2. It's the most inexpensive electronic hopper on the market due to the fact that, well, I'm going to do a review on this today, so I'm not going to go into any details on this. Electronic agitated hopper right here. It's also got a speed feed on it, which means I don't have to pop it up. You just dump the fucking balls in there. They go in, they don't go out when you turn it upside down. All right, let's feed with this motherfucker. So this runs on 4 AA batteries, not 9 volt. I know a lot of hoppers do. So we're gonna go ahead and load this pup up. Jeez, I'm just losing balls all over the place today, guys. I'm gonna try and drop it into this here pod if I can. So let me turn it on. Jesus. So there's also sound activated hoppers, and then there's ones that are constantly running due to the electronic motor. Like rotors, they keep running. Z2s, I believe. A lot of loaders, they just keep spinning once it's dry, once there's no balls in there, so you have to turn it off every time. It's kind of dumb. This is sound activated, so it hears and feels your marker shooting, and each time it fires, it tells it, hey, go ahead and spin that drive in there. So there's an electronic drive in there that spins each time the gun is fired. That's gonna stir up the ball stack in there and make sure that nothing gets jammed, and it's just gonna constantly feed a steady 5 to 6 balls, keep them stacked and ready in this feed neck here, the stem. So your gun's constantly going to be feeding. Turn her on, And once I do, it's going to hear the balls falling into this pod here, and I shouldn't need to do a little wrap on the side to keep it going. If it stops feeding, I'll simulate firing the marker or whatever. But from the noise of the balls falling into the pod, it should just keep feeding, and you guys can see what an electronic hopper generally feeds like. It's fast as fuck, even a cheap little hopper like this. So that just dumped out the hopper in like, I don't know. I'm no mathematician. It was pretty goddamn quick. And this is the cheapest hopper on the market. This is another thing I want to get into. You don't need a fucking rotor. You don't need a Spire 3. You don't need a HK Army TFX. You don't need some $150 to $200 hopper. You can literally, works fine. I've had people on the field tell me that they would take this over their $150 rotors. I don't know about the Rotor R2, can't speak on it, but the original rotor, that shit jams all the time. I'm gonna do a high-end loader, high-end hopper comparison between the rotor, the HK Army, and the Spire 3 eventually, so you can get my thoughts on all three of those. Personally, I think the rotor jams up way too much, and in that price range, it should never jam at all. Like, that's the Spire's whole thing, is that they don't jam like ever. You could feed them fucking marbles, you could feed them a fucking tuna sandwich on rye, it's gonna spit it out. Like, it doesn't jam. You can feed it anything, and it'll run it. A rotor, you get a fucking ball with that's been sneezed on, or it's got a fucking coating of dust on it, and it just fucking just jams up on you. It's super frustrating. And then it jams up at the worst possible time, and you get your fucking nutsack blown off by a rental when your hopper's jammed. It's just stupid. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is you don't need one of these pups if you have a mechanical marker. Just get the cheap little fucking hopper like this. Hopper, loader, the word's interchangeable. This is some trash ass paint I was feeding. As you see, this thing just ran right through it. No jams, nothing. I've actually never once had a jam in this. Never broken a ball in it. I did, I have chopped in the breech before and sprayed some paint up in the stem here, and the feed neck, whatever you want to call it. And that's not the loader's fault, that was the marker's fault. So it's a fine little piece. Don't get an electronic hopper unless you have an electronic gun. Gravity fed for a mechanical marker. Save that money. Play more paintball. Oh shit, that's the catchphrase of paintball ruined my life. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to plagiarize or anything, but no, seriously, get out there and play more paintball.